PEINTEINGU! Oh, you did it again! You're fucking always doing it. And right at the crucial moment, you just show up and you shit all over me. PEINTEINGU! You are forgiven, Brother Demon Hunter Barrow. You are forgiven. I see two people here and only one like. Don't make me get the fucking tiger out. Don't make me get Garlos out. Garlos will fuck you up if you don't like and subscribe, you cunts. I'm gonna fuck with a tiger in a bucket. Wearing sunglasses. I actually feel kind of bad that it was a female. Forgive me for my anger, Deirdre of the Sorrows, and welcome to PEINTEINGU. You won't like him when he's not in his bucket. Carlos is only bearable when he's in his bucket. Okay. Right, that's enough of you. The people have had enough of you, you little bitch. Come here to me. Greetings and salutations. Welcome. Yokoso to PEINTEINGU. It's Monday. Glorious day for most people, me included. I am still chiseling the sleep and gunk and various bodily fluids from my face from spending far too much time in bed, like some sort of gargoyle. I have moss growing on my face from being in a prone, inert position for about 12 hours. That's what happens when you just sit there and LARP virtually as a highly trained military agent on an island killing people at random. Seriously, the storylines to video games these days is so fucking funny. Like, oh, right. Shall we get in the mood for some PEINTEINGU? A nice little bit of piano is always pleasant, you know, and I suppose that little bitch deserves to earn some tips, you know, so I can at least give them 3 minutes at the start of every stream as the people file in. But once the people have fired in, then the real tunes begin. As I welcome you all to PEINTEINGU. As I forever adjust my bandana. I'm always readjusting my bandana and readjusting my kimono. I get so animated while sitting down, while painting that I become undressed. Oh. I can handle it. Looking forward to epic paintingu. Well, we're already halfway through this epic. Well, I say halfway. Could be less than halfway, considering one of the episodes of Paintingu went on for like fucking 6 episodes or some shit. It all depends on how much chaos I can fit into one painting. And as it stands, we have a lot of chaos to perform. Oh, God. First, Gepus of the day. Oh, God. Maybe I should stop putting cream in my coffee. But then I wouldn't burp. And the people would lose out on the burpingu, on paintingu. A well-timed belch can be considered rude. Or, if you cook somebody dinner, it can be considered a compliment. They're eating so vigorously because your food is so good. I belch with vigor. Don't know about the rest of you mortals. But when I belch, it is a proclamation of health, of vitality, a form of godliness. Welcome to Paintingu to Acre in Debarrow. You're here just in time. I'm not going to put the coffee in front of the laptop in case I skull all over the place. Allow the music to permeate, to reach the bottom of your spine. Because it's nearly here. It's nearly time. For Paintingu! 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 Painting you! Painting me! It's Paintingu! Yeah! Oh shit. Fuck. Yeah! Instead of slapping the base, it's slapping the canvas with your forehead. Oh! I'm gonna mosh till my bandana just comes off. You can't really mosh to that. Konnichiwa! Anio koso! Brother brave you! To Paintingu! Yeah! Allow the music to get your blood flowing. We're not Paintingu without flowing blood. And no, we don't sacrifice anything here on Paintingu. Okay? Just getting that out there. Fucking knackered. I'm bollocksed. That's what the fan is for. Cool me down. Because I get fiery. I paint like a warrior. I attack the canvas with my glorious chi, my form of godliness. I expel the demons onto the paper. My top knot has nearly come loose. Now I have a corner knot, a side knot. I look like a teenage girl. Oh, that was intense. Right. Time to dance with some demons. Fuck you, PTSB. Whoever the fuck you are. You bunch of orange letters on my screen. On my stream.
PTSB.
Interrupting me. You speak while I speak, you insolent swine. It's better. These fucking ads, man. The cheek of them. I'm driving, so listening into a painting. It's still one of the best running gags of PEINTEINGU is the fact that there's audio versions of PEINTEINGU. You can listen to the audio files of PEINTEINGU on Telegram if you wish. It's like serious fucking gas. Most don't realize a good pre-PEINTEINGU pump session is key to success. These days, most pussies, they try to PEINTEINGU without a good warm-up. This is futile. One must stretch, gather your chi, and expel all demonic and parasitic entities before attempting to PEINTEINGU. One must also gather your bitches. A man is not a man without his bitches. So let's get these bitches wet. Which bitches first? We're kind of into the detail and all. I think I'm gonna put the brown spots on Miggers the kaiju. So let's get this bitch wet. Shoulder deep, down to the hilt, you know? So her hair is like literally brushing off the bottom of the well or the bucket. Not that bucket, Carlos. I wouldn't do that to you, I swear. Then, once she is sufficiently drowned, halfway out, not all the way out, just halfway out, okay? And then beat her like your life depends on it. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. It's what they love, it's what they need. They require it. I take intensely good care of my bitches here on PEINTEINGU. Right. The final step. Your royal rag. Placed gently, gracefully, upon the knee, so that you can wipe away all evidence of the creaning. Imagine dressed like this, describing how you beat your miss in that way. Well, I took the bitch and then I drowned her, and then I beat her, and then I cleaned everything up with my royal rag. Just two lads with clipboards looking at you like. Oh, we stopped sacrificing sheep to Raijin and Fujin long ago. Raijin and Fujin were a fucking pair of absolute fucking con men. They showed up one day and they were like, "Are you trying to get back into heaven, are you?" Okay, listen here, Defenderoo. Okay, the only way you're getting back into heaven is through us, right? I, Raijin, and my little brother, Fujin, have a devious ploy. You give us all of the sacrifices. You kill in our names. Paint. And we will ensure your restoration as a god and your path back into the heavenly halls, despite your exorcism, your exit. It's still bullshit. All I did was paint you. That's what you look like. That's what you look like, Monkey King. That doesn't make any sense. Everyone knows now that you have a tiny penis because I painted you. You asked for a portrait and you got one. And now I am here amongst these mortals doing this to... Are you serious? Eons of decorating the heavens. I was lauded. I was worshipped. I'm fine. But Those two pricks really let me down. They really did. That's why I employed Carlos. Carlos handles all that shit now. Carlos, the female, and the little bitch. My trinity of helpers. You know? One cannot return to heaven on one's own. Not that I believe, anyway. I haven't seen it done yet. And I've seen everything. Being a painting god for that many thousands of years. The shit I've seen. Two-acre indie bear, your markers have arrived, and I thank you. Your contribution to Paintingu will forever be remembered as a stalwart, yet delayed, long overdue, yet satisfactory contribution to Paintingu. However, if you ever tell me to relax again, I will permanently ban-fan you. I will waft you out of this chat and keep the markers. Anish, let us begin. Some burnt Sienna. Everybody knows this is my favorite brown. It's the only brown I take with me when I walk through the town. It smells divine. I actually checked my other like basic acrylic burnt sienna and then fucking like tempera or like what was it? Poster paint burnt sienna or some shit like that. And they all have slightly the same smell. Which leads me to the, conclusion. I see 4 people on this stream and only 2 likes. You lazy cunts can't even press a button. I paint for mortals. I create absolute genius, beauty before your eyes. You've never seen this. Fat giraffe kaiju is wielding a Tech 9 and a battle axe, and there's only 2 likes and 4 people. You disgust me. As I was saying. What was I saying? I need to squirt. Apologies. Squirt, squirt. To allow the flow. Water is so important. Father Jack was right. More water. He was so right. I was contemplating earlier what the 5p... actually, it's one of the things I was contemplating. Chat, you can help me out. How many P's of Paintingu are there? And what are the P's of Paintingu? Perception. Perseverance. Patience. Posterity. If it just sounds virtuous and begins with P, put it in the chat. Right. Time to spot up this giraffe. Oh, I missed an opportunity there. I should have said time to touch up this giraffe. Here on Paintingu, like things just get touched up, a lot. Frequently. Again and again. I want to create a cool looking pattern, but at the same time an organic looking one. I don't know. His face is hilarious looking though. I love how his eyes came out. He looks like a bug-eyed gobshite. Like. I think 2 Acres afraid to comment now. I know at least 2 of you are driving or in the gym or some shit or doing work, so I'm just going to talk so much shite. He's beginning to look like a giraffe, all right, yeah. I do love painting. Brings me joy. So the plan is I'm going to do a test stream tonight. So I'll be streaming again later, but like there's no need to show up. I'm not going to be streaming again later, and you have to show up. But I will be streaming later, so if anybody like sees a prompt come up or a notification, it's because I'm going to try out Streamlabs and I'm going to try and figure everything out and see how it works and shit. So for the rest of the week, hopefully I'll be using Streamlabs, and I'll be able to, like, you know, emotionally manipulate one of you into handing me money so you can see the little cute prompt that the female made for me. I do really like the idea of bringing people on though and doing portraits. I think that would be really fun, because obviously they're going to be painting portraits. You know, like, I won't even be asking you to stand still, like, you know. It's not like I'm going to be like, please remain in that exact pose while I, you know, replicate your likeness in a beautiful fashion. No, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can keep working away, and I will just paint your essence. Paint. Do giraffes have the spots on their undercarriage? Or is it just on the... I'm pretty sure it's just on the outside, isn't it? Like most animals. Most animals that have patterns, that the pattern doesn't continue to under the belly. It's been that long since I've seen a giraffe. Like a real one. Like, do you know what I mean? How funny is it that most of us do that? Like, you know, it's like, oh, have you ever seen a giraffe? Oh yeah, like, you know, which I have. I've been to a zoo and actually, with my own eyes, seen a giraffe, an elephant, an alligator, like a tiger, all these things, various things. But the amount of shit I've seen only on a screen, and like most of us are like that, where like a lot of shit that we've claimed to have seen, we've only seen it on a screen, which is not the same as seeing it. You're seeing a representation of the thing that you're seeing, you know? I find that fascinating. It's like, oh, have you seen this? It's like, oh yeah, I've seen videos. It's like, so you haven't seen it. You've seen videos of it. But then people will claim that you're just being semantic. You know, oh, well, technically, yeah. It's like, but that's not technical, is it? It's literal. It's very fundamental. Fundamental. If you've never seen Eddie Griffin's stand-up set, Voodoo Child, watch it. It's so good. Giraffes kind of have that fucking... They kind of have that long lip, don't they? Because of the way they eat. They're very like... They have that long forelip. He kind of has a round snout. Do I care? No. Do I think he looks kind of cute and better this way? Yes. I could give him the giraffe tongue, though, the really long tongue. Those clouds still aren't white enough, seriously. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and order more white paint. If anybody is thinking of supporting PEINTEINGU financially, you don't, instead of Streamlabbing me money, you could buy me something. Buy me fucking loads of white paint. Make sure it's opaque as fuck. Like, opaque as fuck. It's funny, I was listening to Old World Florida. Your man, Dr. Narco Longo. I was listening to him yesterday. Him and this other fella, they've done this series called Astro Chads, where they're going through all the zodiac signs, all the star signs. And watch this, my coffee's gone cold now. Not yet. As someone who once fed lettuce to a giraffe this year, I can confirm they have spots. Yeah, but I mean on the undercarriage. You didn't specify on the undercarriage. I know they have spots, Demon Hunter Bear. God damn it, Demon Hunter. You said you weren't even going to chat, so I don't know if you're even going to be able to reply to that one. But anyway. Yeah, I was listening to Astro Chads, and they fucking... I need black. Where's me black? Come here to me, you black cunt, you. Right. Yeah, they've been going through the zodiacs. Paint. And they did Scorpio. And I'm a Scorpio. And fascinating shit. Paint. I love the like personality trait stuff. A lot of it makes a lot of sense to me, like I resonate to fuck with that shit. Because you'll hear some things said and you're just like, oh my god, that's me to a T, like. So Scorpio rules, like, you know, like astrologically. Scorpio rules sex, death, competition, assassination. The one thing that I didn't really hear that is like a massive part of my personality is it didn't describe Scorpios as being artistic. They described them as being like murderous and vengeful and like, you know, sexy and like, you know, all these things, which I am, you know, don't get me wrong. Being a former god, I have done a lot of shit. But like, I was surprised. I was like, that rings true. That rings true. Like, you know, like when it said the assassination thing, I laughed because I was like, one of my favorite video games is Hitman and Assassin's Creed. And like the game I'm playing right now is about like, you know, a highly trained Delta Force. Like I'm playing Ghost Recon, which is like really highly trained military unit on their own, outnumbered on an enemy island, and like you're using like silenced pistols and silenced sniper rifles and all. One could easily argue that that's like a group of assassins, you know, taking out an enemy force or some shit. Like I find it fascinating. The little sinks that pop up. And there was a lot of them. But the one that didn't come up was being artistic, which I found was odd, like, you know. But then you'd have to go deeper into it because, like, I know there's like some people do your birth chart, then some people do your conception chart, and then some people, like, you know, there's like going into it further where there's like, you know, your 12 houses and like where all the stars are in your 12 houses and stuff. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Deirdre knows quite a lot about this stuff. Like, women are big into this shit. Like, I was never big into it. Like, but then I got into it and I was like, shit, like this stuff is like bang on the money. Like, and it's so funny because it's like, to me, it's the same as the Bible. You know, it's like all the stuff that's like marketed and the stuff that, like, you know, you would see like just like put out is bullshit. It's just people trying to like con you and take advantage of you. But if you actually read the material yourself, there's loads of fucking truth and like fascinating things to learn. Like, it's just, to me, it's the same with the star sign shit. It's like you read horoscopes in a newspaper or a magazine, like, do you know what I mean? And they're so like generic and like could fit anyone, and they're vague as fuck, and they like have no rhyme or reason or source material as to why they think this in the first place and all. But then you look into it yourself and you're like, that actually makes a lot of sense. And especially if you look at the world in a vibratory frequency wave based, you know, predominantly flat plane. I don't want to describe it as flat because I'm not a flat earther. Like, I'm not one of these people that would be like, you know, oh, it's fucking flat, man. Not at all. Oh god, see, demons, expelling, bad thoughts. I'm a realm earther. Like, I love when Owen coined that phrase, or I think Owen coined that phrase. I'm a realm earther. I believe in the concept of like realms, environments with different properties, and our ability to interact with them, and perceive them in certain ways, like shit like that. Like even the fact that how did scientists figure out that certain animals have thermal vision? Like, what did you like plug into the snake's head and ding, oh, that's how it sees. Like, to me, the only way you would come to that conclusion is if you did various experiments to see if the thing can register heat. But even then, that doesn't necessarily mean it has thermal vision and sees like a thermal camera. It could just feel heat beyond its own body using vibrations in its spine or something. I don't fucking know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's much more easily explained when they describe snakes as being able to feel vibrations in the ground. That makes a lot of sense. They're on the ground. They're literally level to the ground the whole time. The whole body their whole self is constantly pretty much like touching the floor. So, and they use their tongue to like taste shit, and like that's how they smell and stuff, like. And that's just snakes. There's like so many other fucking creatures that have different capabilities and various ways to interact with their environment and glean information from it. Like the shark being able to detect blood over like fucking kilometers, supposedly. Do you imagine how much of a pain in the ass that'd be sometimes? Just constantly smelling blood and not knowing fucking which one to pick. Like if you could smell a drop of blood in that much water from that distance, would you not like be smelling blood like all the time and then just be gauging what? It's like, no, that's only a few drops. Oh, there's a few liters over there. Oh, gallons. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's I really am in a state mentally and spiritually the last few years where I am like reassessing everything, every portion of my how I perceive reality. It's like, and like, yeah, even to the level of like, so am I actually here or do I just think I'm here? Like, nobody, we're all well, we're not. I don't. But most people are arguing over a perspective. No, it's this way. It's like, but you don't know. Like, you have all these like ways of figuring out what it may or may not be and what it possibly could be. Do you know what I mean? But like, nobody actually. Well, I'm not going to say nobody knows, because I am of the belief. Just turned into Mike Tyson for a sec. I'm at the belief that somebody out there knows. Well, that just sounded like I was retarded. I didn't sound like Mike Tyson. But I'm of the belief that somebody knows. Somebody somewhere, like a group of people, definitely know. Like, oh, here's one for you. This might be some gravy, right? But I think if we're to talk about like the whole hidden hand shit, the grand manipulators, the people behind the scenes ruling everything and all this shit, right? I have a feeling the reason why everything is so fucking like chaotic and like based on like deception and manipulation and shit, in the age we find ourselves in, with the current like global homo fucking the way it feels to me, right? It genuinely feels like there's a very high possibility that instead of like what we get told or what we get shown, where it's like it's usually like a group of men, maybe a few women or some shit, that are like, in a mountain range somewhere in a secret base under the ground or in the air or so, like under the sea, some shit. But like, the grand manipulators, the Illuminati, it's always a bunch of dudes, like, right? I think the people who are trying to run the current thing, and like when you see with the whole fucking Jews in Israel and they do it through the mother and shit, I think there's a high possibility, high probability that the group or the like, I would call them a group, like, whatever about bloodlines and all that shit. I think it's just a group of people, like, it's a gang. I think the gang that are like the big source of evil in our timeline right now, I think there's a high probability they could all be female. And that to me makes a lot of sense because we live in such emotionally charged times now where like everyone's just like, no, you're wrong. And it's like, yeah, but like you're not thinking. You just feel that I'm wrong. You know, and it's like I think there's a reason for that. I think I think it could actually be who's that bitch that's in charge of the UN right now? I don't remember her name. She kind of looks like what Hillary Clinton used to look like. She's got like a blonde bob. She's blonde, blue-eyed, like white as fuck. What's that cunt's name? I don't know the cunt's name, but she's like in charge of like global homo right now, or she's one of the big figureheads of like the UN or some shit, or the EU. Is it the EU? And I remember seeing her, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the Borg Queen." Like that's just what I felt off her. I was like, "That's the Borg Queen." Like what the fuck? Like that's what all this feels like to me. The gay horde. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like, you know, for the queen, you know, like, so yeah, there's loads of males involved, or like males, you know, but like I think the force we are facing is a feminine energy, you know. That's what it feels like to me. Like in high school we created a newspaper and I was responsible for the horoscope section, named it Psychic Psychos. So you do know your shit. Oh, nice. Nicer. Paint. So yeah, that may or may not be a little bit of gravy for you there. I don't know why you would, but don't take anything on this stream serious. unless I get real serious and I like take the costume off and I'm like, right, I'm being dead serious right now. Like how fucked up is that? You'd have like, you know full well that like if I had like thousands of followers and my face was all over the internet and shit, and I was being clipped and all this stuff, like there would be people who'd be like, oh, so you think this and blah blah, and I'm like, dude, I am literally just taking that piss and like speaking my mind and talking about shit and all, like, and you're gonna get mad at me. like that's the realm we live in now. It's like people watch people and they're like, this motherfucker. It's so funny, like. Tech 9? Well, it kind of looks like a Tech 9, you know? It doesn't really. But in my mind, it does. Do I get in deep? Gee, dude. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Obviously, there's just every possibility that I'm totally fucking wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? For all I know, they could be a bunch of fucking lizards. Feck 9! You just have a gut that's like feck. Whoop. This bitch is still a little bit dry. I want the sun to be beautifully bright. So hold on. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test a theory. I have a feeling that this stuff I pre-mixed is actually very opaque. But the consistency of the paint is such that I have to like shake it before I use it. This just sounds and looks wrong. I say, welcome to PEINTEINGU. If you're only listening to the audio version of PEINTEINGU right now, please forgive me. I swear to God, it's white paint in a tub. I swear. It's like, This is all just an excuse so that you can say you need to squirt and you can fucking. There's people out there that would think that. There's people out there that would be like, "Oh, look at you! I bet you jerk off when nobody's looking on the street." It's like, bro, there's paint all over the place. I was even thinking that, like, when I did the promo this morning, there's like white paint and all here. Yeah, here. There's like white paint and green paint here and shit. But in the promo, like the way the angle is, it's like I was watching it back while I was like uploading it. I was like, oh, somebody's gonna say that I was sucking dick right before the fucking stream. It's just like drips of white paint on my shoulder. Oh god. Paint. Right. Let's see if my theory was correct. Maybe so. Not really. Kinda. Yeah, that's nowhere near as white as I want it to be. I have opaque written on the tub and all, like, and it's not. It's fucking not opaque. Like that's kind of opaque. I don't know what's going on. The consistency of the paint is very inconsistent. Which is quite vexing. Quite vexing indeed. I have a really bright yellow there, so I'm gonna slap that on it when that dries. Try and make this one incredibly bright. Okay. Now we can put stuff in the water. We've actually done everything already, just in the one, because we got giraffe, axe, and a gun. I think. Pretty sure that's what we got: giraffe, axe, gun. And I've literally managed to put it all right in the giraffe kaiju. So like, which is an achievement worth some paying for painting goo in its own right. So now, like I said at the beginning of the stream, we can just fuck around with this for a few streams if we want, because what the hat wanted, the hat got in one fell sweep. 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm that fucking good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm that fucking good. So obviously we could do like, do I want to put windows in all the little buildings? I'm not sure. I was gonna say we could do civilians fleeing. What would probably suit would be various military forces attacking the kaiju. So we got some like missile platforms, turrets, trucks with Scud missiles on them, fucking airplanes coming in, battleships. Yeah, that's what's happening. Right, where's me grey? Let's make some grey. Oh, that's too grey. Don't know if I want to do with this either. One must always use the right bitch for the right job. Paint. Let's see. The old round head. It's beautiful. Okay. Make some grey. Some light grey. Just make some light grey. We start to create some shapes. Do some aircraft carriers, battleships, jets, tanks. The usual anti-kaiju stuff, that you see. Right. So if buildings are that big and this is the coast, then I could start doing aircraft carrier. Okay, right. So we've got one aircraft carrier. That's what I like to see. That that kind of chalky finish. That's what I like. The matte, opaque. Oh, that was another thing actually. When I was listening to that Astro Chad's thing about Scorpio, one of the things he said is like they like things to be opaque. And I just remember like I was listening to it and I burst out laughing because if for anybody who's been watching Paintingu, the amount of times I've been like, I like opaque paint. Fuck transparency. I want it opaque as fuck. I was like, yeah, they like things to be opaque, and I was just like, oh my god, are you fucking serious? It's so funny though. It is funny though, because then they'll say things like, "Oh yeah, like Scorpio's the Judas, Scorpio's Brutus," assassination, death from the shadows and stuff like that, like betrayal and all. Like, I was just like, "Who the fuck am I gonna betray? I've been betrayed." Like, but I do I know I felt that. I know that's a personality trait of mine. Because like that, you can tell from what I just said, that like if somebody betrayed me, I'd be like, how dare you? And I would like plan how to kill them. Alas, in today's society, shoving a blade between a nigga's ribs is more costly than it used to be. Gone are the days where you could just be accosted by a highwayman on your way to another county or village or some shit, like, and just be like, this motherfucker, and just shoot him. And nobody would say shit. Like, good sir, why did you murder this man? He tried to rob me. Ah, forgivable. Like, understandable. These days, it's like, good sir, why did you drag these businessmen out of their homes and set them on fire? Because they like conned like millions of people into taking something that like killed people's babies and shit. Like, they're fucked in the head. Like, like, how dare you? We don't do that anymore. So you'll let people commit horrific acts, but if we deal with those people, we're the bad guys. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we French Revolution to fuck out of everyone. Like, do you know what I mean? There is a cost to dragging people out of their houses and chopping their heads off. Like, do you know what I mean? You give people the argument that they were the victim. The poor con men, the poor fucking little snake was only doing what he's built to do, like, and you murdered him. You could have just not bought the poison, It's not his fault that your faith in your fellow man nearly got you killed. Like, oh god. Like, I was laughing my head off when I was watching that. I was like, I'm so like that. Should be like, I agree with like people like Owen where they're like, no, yeah, you can't just kill them because like it's not going to solve the problem. I agree, but there's a strong argument. I'd be the one sitting there, I'd be like, can we not just kill a few of them? Just make a point. like I remember the first time I seen those fucking like I won't go into detail, you know, because it's horrific. But like, you've seen some videos, like people show you stuff and all, like where like the cartels will get a hold of like a pedophile or something, and they just like let dogs eat them from the private parts up, and like record the whole thing and be like, "This is what happens to people like this." And like, now, obviously, you can make the argument that like you don't know what that chap did. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he just stole an apple, and these guys are so fucked up that they're just gonna let dogs eat him, and then tell everyone that he was a pedophile, which kind of justifies dogs eating him. Like, you know, there is always that possibility that the supposed implementer of justice is actually full of shit. You know, it's just the age we live in now. It's just like discernment is so important. It really is, like. Because, like, just so many people now are so full of shit. like everything from gaming to fitness to music to fucking there's so many people just trying to make money. They're not trying to like entertain. They're not trying to educate. They're not like they may say they are, but they're not really, you know. It's so like just icky. You know what I mean? It's so dishonest and dishonorable. I think that's why I've probably said this before, but that's why I jive so much with the whole honor culture thing, because like it's a culture of holding yourself accountable, like in so many ways, like, you know. You have that mindset of like, I will not do this, for I would bring shame upon myself and my kid with such a behavior, you know. And then you get the people that like try not to even think certain things because it's like, you know, dishonorable, which is like the Muslims, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and even your thoughts are evil. The jinn invade your mind. It's like, and I get it, like, you know, so much truth in all these things. Truth in all these things. Yet still there remains an incredible amount of deception. And it's paradoxical. And, well, I suppose not paradoxical, maybe, but ironic. I would probably describe it as ironic. That the things we find to be evil or unpleasant, bad, you quickly discover that the absence of such things would actually cost us instead of benefiting us. You need evil. Certain evil is necessary. If you didn't have the concept, the notion, and the perception of things being evil, you wouldn't have the concept, perception of things being good. If there is no evil, there is no good, you know? So you can't just like do the old school Christian thing or the French thing of just like get them all and kill them all, even though it's very tempting, clearly, because it's happened many times. Like, it's just so understandable. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, the Jews have been kicked out of like 109 countries or some shit. Like, it's like, well, if like, duh. It's like, you know, they found out we were scamming them, and then they brutalized a lot of us, so we had to leave. Well, what are you doing here then? Like, fuck off. Like, I would like that makes so much sense to me, right? That they probably do have like, you know, the way the bad guy always has an island that nobody knows about, like the Epstein shit, like, do you know what I mean? And then it gets found out. Like, I'm telling you now, all of this bollocks over like Israel is our homeland and all this fucking shit, right? And now it's looking like, you know, oh well, actually, when we said Israel, we meant Ukraine. But like, what if they've had a homeland the whole time and it's just a place that nobody really knows about anymore? And it's like off the fucking, it's like near or beyond the ice wall. Maybe it is in the ice. I don't under the ice. Could be under the ice, you know? Could be under us all right now. Who knows? I mean, orcs do build tunnels, don't they? Like I fucking like I had that thought earlier today. Actually, I was like, what if there comes a point where we realize that they're everywhere? You know, do you remember when the sinkholes were like a big thing all over the internet for a while? There was just these like perfectly circular sinkholes just showing up randomly in places, and they were fucking deep. Like they were like swallowing cars and shit. Like I got flashbacks of Gears of War, the video game on Xbox. I was just like, oh my god, the locusts are coming to kill us all. Like, because like I that's what I think. I've said that many times. Like, I don't think if anything's gonna come and invade us, like aliens or demons or like fucking demonic forces or a group of humans who have been waiting for the perfect opportunity to like rain down terror or some shit, like whatever it is, like I don't think it's gonna come from the skies. I think it'll come from the water or like just beneath. It's looking like an okay carrier right now. I think there's a lot of paint on this right now, so I think I'm gonna let this dry. Might get some white and put some like a little trail coming off it. Right, so that's set up there. We'll either make that a gunship or some kind of air carrier. Now we will go about placing other installations, vehicles. We could have loads of infantry. We could I could put a lot of infantry trying to attack him here or some shit like. I also have to like redo his hand and put some more details on the axe. Perhaps make it a runic axe, put some Nordic runes on it, a magical kaiju axe. We need to put some bullets coming out of the Tech 9. Where's the line on this? All right, yeah. So the edge of the shanty town is getting riddled. Will I do a jet? We'll do a jet taking off here. Or will I? Don't know. Part of me wants to do some kind of like. I'm just making this up as I go now. Paint. Oh, excuse me. Paint. Right, I have no idea what this is, but it's there. I'm going to leave it there, and we'll do something with it later. We press on. It's just some grey thing for the moment. We'll do some planes, tanks, maybe another boat somewhere. Yeah, like we could do another. We could do a boat like landing here. And like letting off a load of dudes. Like a cannon on it. coffee's definitely cold now. Oh, here we go. Cold coffee. Oh, good lord. Might actually get used to that. Oh! God damn. Right. Just thinking like shit like that is why I like when I said before, it's like, you know, if I was ever king, I'd be a funny king, but like some fucked up shit would happen. That's why I know I'm not an alpha. I never want to be in charge because like I'd just kill everyone. It's like anyone talking shit, anyone wrecking the balls, anyone ruining things for everyone, like would just get like either exiled or ended. It'd be like right out of Batman, like, do you know what I mean? You there, banishment, or we hang you in the morning. Okay, I'll leave. We just have like a notice board somewhere in the village, like with just all these names of people that like, you see this motherfucker. There used to be a picture, right, on a pillar in the pub I used to go to with my friends. It's called Fibber McGee's, or like everybody used to just call it Fibbers, but it was called Fibber McGee's, and it was in the middle of town, like the city centre, Dublin, right? And like a lot of people knew about it, like, you know, it was quite a quite famous place, like, you know. And I love going there. Like, it was a dingy little rock kind of dive bar thing, like, do you know what I mean? But it was like brilliant. Like, everybody you knew went, like, and everybody knew each other. Loads of fucking great tunes, like, you know, the classics and shit, like Metallica and stuff, or Rob Zombie had come on, like, you know, it's fucking in the back of my Dracula. Like, I fucking miss it sometimes, like, you know, just like pint in hand, trying not to spill it while you're windmilling to your favorite tunes. But there was this. I remember noticing it one time walking through. I just got drinks and I was walking around trying to find everyone, and I just noticed this picture, and I'd never seen this kind of thing like in real life, right? And it was just a picture of a guy in a wife beater, and the fucking state of him, like, and the wife beater had like stains and shit on it, and I was like, "Do not serve this man." I said, "This is the first time I'd ever seen something like that." I couldn't stop laughing. Like, when I found the lads, I was like, "Do you see that picture of your man?" Like, and no, man, like, not a word of a lie. One of them was like, "Yeah, I've seen him. And, like, I've seen him come in, and like the bouncers have to like pull him out and all." Like, he just comes in, he's like, "Ah." Like, how fucked up do you have to be for the local, like, kind of dingy rock bar to put up a sign and be like, "Fuck this chap. Like, nobody served this fucking cunt." Like, oh, I couldn't stop laughing. It was so fucking funny. Like, I was like, seriously? Like, what the fuck did he do? Like, I seen this clip, a short, like about an hour before I came on to do the stream, and it was on Instagram, and is this like young adult male? Like, I'm not sure what nationality. I assume he's like Palestinian or some shit, based on what happened, or if he's like Arabic, in some sort of like Hebrew or Arabic descent, and But it was in England, like it was in London, as far as I remember. And like a group of lads savaged him, like kicked his teeth out. Well, I don't know if they kicked his teeth out, but like they fucking like fucked him up so bad. His front teeth were like all the way, like the whole fucking just boom knocked out of him, like almost like surgically so. Like, do you know what I mean? Because the video was of a paramedic putting this guy's teeth back in, and it's all like, you know, this guy was assaulted for fucking for waving a Palestinian flag in Britain, you know. Oh, this is so awful and all. And then I started reading the comments, and like, I swear to God, the first like 10 comments are like, the way they're worded is like, you know, very, you know, nice and civil and shit. But like, they're basically saying like, well, what the fuck did you expect? Like, you know, I'm not gonna go to Palestine and start waving a Union Jack, like, and expect not to get mobbed by a load of people. I was like, oh, like in a sense, and I know this is probably like kind of a bad thing, but like I kind of am like grateful for all this shit because it gives me something to laugh at. I look at these people embroiled in these conflicts, and I'm like, why? Like, I get why. Brainwashing, stupidity, like delusions, all these things, like spells, like, yeah, sure, like, do you know what I mean? But I think like I've been like kind of like I've been so speculative of everything for so long. Like, I feel like I've like been a truther since I was like 16 or something. When you're like 9 and you walk downstairs and you see your parents assembling the presents that Santa got you, and you have the reaction I had. Like, I walked down and they were like, "What are you doing up and all?" And I was like, "Do you guys want a hand?" And they're putting my present together and all, like, and I'm like, "Do you guys want a hand?" They're like, "No, go back to bed." Like, and I'm just like, so it's not Santa Claus. It's you guys. And then I remember sitting there and like looking around and being like, yeah, that makes way more sense. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just felt off to me. I was like, so like reindeer come in with this chat. Like, so this guy can land on our roof with like 8 reindeer, fully grown reindeer, on a sled, and him, and he's supposedly like big and fat and all, like, and he can just land on our roof. And none of us would go, yeah, but it's magic. Like, and then the whole coming down the chimney thing. Like, I grew up in a house that had chimneys. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always, like, as far as I can remember, there was a chimney in like every place I grew up in, right? But then, like, I was like, what about kids who don't have, like, if you're living in an apartment, does he like take the stairs? It's so retarded, like. And like almost everybody was in it. Like, you know, like, guess if you grew up in the West, everybody was in on it. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Santa's gonna come and give you present. Oh, don't disappoint Santa now. He put you on the naughty list." Like, so everyone's lying to their kids. Do you know what I mean? And like the excuse, yeah, but like it's fun. It's good for them. It's nice. It's a nice thing to keep the magic in their life. But like, you're not keeping magic in their life. Everybody's lying to them, and they're going to find out. And then you vilify the children that know the truth. Like, shit, like, it's so fucked up. Like, it's so messed up. Like, I always go back to that. Like, when people are talking, like, you know, all like conspiracy theories and truth stuff, and like, you know, big lies in our society that like affect people's mindset and all this shit. That's the one I always go back to, because like, how young were you when that shit went down? Like, you know, because like the saying is like, you know, oh, that's why they get to the kids. That's why they hate kids. That's why they want to get to the kids, because if you get to them young, you can like do whatever you want to them and all. Like, well, fucking everybody who was involved in the Santa Claus lie the Santa Claus narrative. Like, you fucked up your kids. Like, you know, like, I don't mind ads like this, you know. Bitch, you could have just let the tunes play. Why did you have to speak on the internet, you fucking cunt?
Greetings all, I am Elon Musk, and today I would like to introduce you to quantum AI, the world's...
I seen that ad the other day. Greetings everyone, I am Elon Musk. And I was like, hold on a minute, did he just say his name was Elon? Have any of y'all seen all these ads that, like, they're all over YouTube, and they're like clearly like they're like bootleg advertisements for like money schemes and like pyramid schemes, and like Elon Musk is in them, and you're like, that's AI, like that's dubbed over. He's not saying that. You can tell by how the mouth is moving and stuff. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, like, yeah, there's a lot of messed up shit going on right now. However, if you have a sense of humor, oh my god, this shit is so funny. Like, you know, oh, like one of the funniest things I've seen in recent history is that thing, the Chinese Elon Musk. Hello, everyone. My name is Elon Musk. Like, man, that folded me. Like, I was like crying and all when I was watching that. Like, hello, everyone. My name is Elon Musk. Oh, fucking brilliant! Right, it is time. If you haven't paid for PEINTEINGU yet, you must pay for PEINTEINGU now. Unless you're Iron Man Bear, because he recently paid for PEINTEINGU. Greetings, Iron Man Bear Brew, and welcome to Raving Goo. Commence Raving Goo. The only one who doesn't have to pay for PEINTEINGU today is Iron Man Bear. When you pay for PEINTEINGU, you have 2 weeks of not having to pay for painting. No, a tank. Got a tank there, battleship in the water. And then like some kind of thing here, and then a landing craft there. I'm going to clean these up a bit so they don't look as blurry. But they are moving, some of them, so that I can avoid the blur. Indeed, Iron Man Bear is safe. He has recently paid the goo away. I love it. And just because your markers finally showed up to Iker doesn't mean that you don't have goo to pay away. You think you're fucking home safe? You're wrong. Too dark. Must be brighter. Oh, you bitch! Almost every time you fucking do it, you show up and you ruin my fucking vibe. Get them wolves into you. There we go. One attack plane A. Attack planner. Prey. Attack a prey. One there. Put another one like here. No, put another one here. Coming in. One there. Put another tank in, maybe. Is it a kamikaze plane? We could make it so. Where do we put the other? I think I can put the other tank here, but it's smaller, obviously. Yeah, I think these things will turn into like fucking missile installations that they've placed upon the coast. You know, it's the only thing that fucking makes sense to me. A bit more white. We could all use a bit more white. Paintingu. 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 Right. Now that we have the placement of the military vehicles and devices, we go in with military green on the tanks, but we'll stay with grey on the ships and the planes, and then go military green again on the installations, if you will. Painting group. Painting group. Painting. 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 My airplanes are fucking lit, bro. Pay for painting. More white. I demand more white. Not that kind of white. That fucking bleak, bleached, branded fucking everything fucking white fucking. Oh, there is actually a lot of white on the screen. There's a white backpack.
We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds.
You've never seen paint dry like this before.
Yeah.
us all.
Painting goo 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 goo. I demand to know what's going on in my house. I seriously fucking love these tunes. These songs were made for painting goo. Hereditary.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
Right, where's my green? Some perm green. Permanent green. Mix that with the brown. Let us have some military green.
Is it a new world or will it consume us all?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nearly there.
We sit in the sun, in fields, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our world. We sit in the sun, in fields, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our world.
What's this? Another one of your blittering fucking blabbering advertisements on my streamu. How dare you? Be gone from you, demonu. I just got rid of you. What the fuck? What's the point in me telling me to press the button to get rid of you? It doesn't fucking get rid of you. God damn it. Now they're lying about what buttons do. Slowly but surely, the military has confronted the kaiju. Will they be successful? Well, you'll just have to wait and see, won't you? Employ one of the 5, no, maybe more than 5, one of the 12 virtues of PEINTEINGU. Patience. Paintingu, paintingu, paintingu. Wow! Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. I keep thinking I see the chat move. I'm like, am I missing chats? No, not. Okay, now I want to obviously do the firearms coming off of all of them. But I don't know if the white paint I have is going to work because it's not opaque. So, just like with the sun, you know, it didn't really turn out that well. So we shall see. We shall see. Oh! Sip of agua. Okay. Right. Let's get some firepower on this painting go.
Oh God, he's coming back. Get out of here,
Some smoke to go with the fire. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 times more. You are not welcome here. Missiles coming out of that one. Try and do a smoke plume coming out of the tank shots as well. Excellent. Excellente. Do a lot of lads coming out here. And we do the turrets, missile launchers or something. Like another military green, but a lighter military green. Do some soldiers. This is the kind of paint I enjoy watching dry. Indeed! Could watch this dry for hours. In that kind of yellow ochre, the yellowy, greeny, browny, military shade of green. Pretty much olive drab is what I'm looking for. Almost there. Slap a bit of brown in there. Nearly. Not quite. Still mainly dark green. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That is not what I'm looking for. You and your little bling can fuck off my stream, you little shit. Nearly there. It's a little bit more yellow. I believe I have attained it. Right. One missile turret. Two missile turrets. Sound like the United States when they did all the shit in Cuba. One missile turret. Two missile turrets. Hello? 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 How are we looking now? The little green men. I ain't even mad, it's true. I know, like, I ain't even mad, bro. How can you be? It's like, do those missiles. Oh, Jesus. What's this? An invasion of my stream? The nerve! This is part 4. It's like 3 days in, and only now has the military decided to intervene with the kaiju invasion. Typical. Like, fucking giant giraffe has been headed towards the civilization for 3 fucking days, and only now they're firing missiles at the fuck. Sleepy Houseo, welcome to PEINTEINGU. You're a bit fucking late, Tardiness can be paid away. Pay your tardy away on PEINTEINGU. If you're not here at 2 p.m. on the dot to witness the glory of PEINTEINGU, then you must pay it away. Ponytail! It is a topper nutter! How dare you! Typical female! Doesn't see an honorable topper nutter. Oh, Jesus. How could you not recognize a topper nutter when you see a one? I know right now it doesn't look like a top knot, it's more like the little side ponytails that young ones used to wear in school. How yeah? They handle kaiju about as well as they handle angels in Evangelion. Oh, what a fucking anime reference. The type of reference only anime people get. Oh, that's hilarious. And it's so true. It's like anything like Gundam or Evangelion or anything like that. It's like the amount of tanks and airplanes and ground forces that get sent to these big, like, you know, Japanese mech suit things, like with high-tech technology and guns and stuff like. And they just lay waste to, like, just absolute dozens of tanks and fucking military installations and fucking everything, like just like wrecking everything, like millions upon millions of untold damages in military shit. No respect for the finances. I used to love seeing those comments where like somebody put up a clip of Superman fighting fucking Zod or Zod. Superman fighting Zod and like wrecking Metropolis. And like it's like, oh yeah, Superman's such a good guy and all. Like fucking millions of people dead in one day. Like, do you know what I mean? Fucking yay, Superman! Yay! He killed the bad guy! Yay! And there's just some bitch in the corner like, oh! Like, my children! Like, places in bits. Like, Superman's just drinking a coffee like, another day's work. Like, it's hard being a demigod. Like, turn on the machine. It's always the best bits that these fucking things interrupt. Are you fucking serious? Turn on the machine. Go on, dude.
Turn on the machine.
That guy sounds like he's having a great time. Enjoying yourself there, Ira? Turn on the machine. I should put a shadow in there, shouldn't I? Because the kaiju is like massive, like. So I should put a shadow here. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. The fact that my fucking top knot is actually still in place after the amount of fucking washing I've done on this stream is in itself a tip. Like, the fact that I've managed to keep this thing a miracle in its own right. Right, need some watered down black. Need some watered down black. Woo! I'll go back over the smoke again, grand. It's a fucking hard shadow. Another squirt? Where's my squirty gone? Just a little bit. A little bit of white. It's a smidge. Right, I think we'll leave it there for today. We have successfully, the military has finally showed up. Don't tell me the video is going to play soon and put a button there. Fuck you. Fuck you entirely. You bitch. You just fuck with my mind while trying to sell me shit. You fuck. Fuckity. Fuck. Right. This concludes today's Paintingu. I hope you enjoyed Ingu, because I did. Mis amigos, the kaiju has invaded Equatorial Guinea, and only after 3 days of the locals screaming and crying for salvation has the military finally showed up and begun to intervene. So, join me tomorrow, same time, same place, same high-octane painting energy. Perhaps the conclusion to our current conflict will be at hand. Or maybe more chaos shall unfold. Until then, be good, be true, and be beautiful. I have been Defenderu, and this has been Paintingu. And all of you mortalu can go fuck yourself. God bless you.